Hey guys, we are back to hopefully regular uploading. So I'm doing all the catch-up things, and this is a garden update. It's been a month, so as you can see, there have been a few changes around here. We have started using the trellises for these guys. Remember, they used to be really little, and this guy he just, and this is our cucumber, just growing. What I did notice the other day was that we are starting to get some white flies. I'm not seeing any today, but we are going to spray today with a mix of pre-made neem oil and a little bit of lemon dish soap, which I have put in here and mixed up fairly well to try to protect our leaves. And we're just going to mist as soon as it gets started. There we go. We're just misting pretty much under the leaves mostly. You're supposed to be misting. There we go. Though I guess you can get the top of the leaves too. But yeah, we're just misting to help reduce risks from buggies. There's our honey nuts. They're going to get some of the same. Already starting to see some issues with the honey nuts. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet with these. Here is our sugar babies, just misting them up. And since I last filmed, we now have saffron summer squash and we have gray zucchinis. They were started at different times, but since they have like a 2-month, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place while I'm trying to do this. Since they have a 2-month period of growth to harvest, figured we give them a shot. The black beauty zucchinis, I don't know, they're not doing nearly as well. I noticed some growth today, but we'll see what happens. Might be a position thing, I am honestly not sure. Because they are, look back here, they're kind of in this cubby hole, and they are exposed to the rain and the sun a bit longer. Well, maybe not a bit longer, but yeah, they're exposed, but those guys are front. And here are the tomatoes. The tomatoes have also started getting, a few of them started getting their second level on the trellises, and they are getting their things. We finally have a couple of new ground cherries coming up. The other ones, I don't know. These are our purple tomatillos. And here's our black cherries. And mini tomatoes. And the honey delights. These guys just started and just kept on going. So, very excited about them. Get this here. As you can see, the Romas not doing so well. We have one Cherokee that's finally kind of picking up, and it looks like we may have more Cherokee seeds, so we will see what happens with that. The Romas are old seed, and so those seeds are at least 2 to 3 years old, and I'm not surprised, I guess, by that. I was surprised when they came up. The purple Cherokees, I can't remember if this was a fresh batch or not, but we have new ones coming up, so somebody will take over and the rest will get thinned. Here's our indigo blues, also getting spritzed. Everybody's getting their spritz to help protect them. And finally, our chocolate stripes getting their spritz as well. Just, again, to kind of protect them. While I was gone, they all got some, as I completely forget what it is, Epsom salts, because that really helps tomatoes and peppers. These guys did not get Epsom salts. These guys all got Epsom salts to help them with their growth and stuff. And they are just looking amazing, and I'm really excited. I expect another month and a half, we'll probably start seeing flowers and start being able to tap those to get them to germinate and get me some tomatoes. Now the cherries, the tomatillos, the ground cherries and the purple tomatillos, you have to germinate them a little differently, and I will link that video down below of how you do that. Anyway, so that is everything that is outside. We're going to go check out the peppers, which I brought outside for a while and they all started dying. And not all of them, but a lot of them started having a lot of issues, most of them. So I put them back on the porch. I'm not quite sure what the problem is there, but these guys, soil looks a little dry on top, but I suspect it's nice and moist underneath, so we were going to hold off any watering today for these guys. Might end up watering the peppers, but let's go take a look. So from an overview, you can see we had lots of problems with the peppers. These guys are not going to get spritzed today. They are not really big enough for me to do that with. What I have to watch out for in these boxes is caterpillars. Those puppies will eat shit up. Anyway, so my little supply kit, Epsom salts, my feeder, bug killer, that's going to be going, that should go outside around the edges of the tomatoes soon. The neem oil. This is the lemon soap I use, and then this is the sprayer you saw earlier, so we're going to keep that down there. Anyway, so on to the plants. We did lose one sugar daddy. I'm not sure what happened, but the other ones are doing well. It's quite possible the one that was back here, it was looking a little odd anyway. Didn't have as much leafiness, and this is starting to curl up and looks like it's starting to have a few issues too. But they just may have been in the sun too much. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to pick these guys up. I will do it later, but I will pick them up and I'm going to put them down in here and see if they just need a bit more shade than what they've been getting. It has been getting very hot, so the temperatures might be part of it too. We thought we were completely out of akis, but the last set of seeds has started to come up. I do not know if we will make harvest. I do not know if these are a 90 or 180 day germination to harvest. The green hollas, they've been growing slow. Most of them been growing slow. If you all remember, we had poblanos and Anaheims coming out our ears, and one of our poblanos is having some issues, but otherwise they're looking good. Same with the purple hollas. We lost at least 4 purple hollas. We've got 2 here. I don't know if any of those are going to make it. All we need is 1 plant. And then our dragon claws, this one, the guy up front seems to be doing well. This guy in back has just been sitting here like this with his little yellow leaves and not really doing much. We also lost our paprikas and our marconis. As you can see, we now have some marconis. Dude, you look like something ate you. This guy in the middle, he looks like something got to the leaves. So, need to watch for caterpillars. This is where I found a caterpillar before, actually. And I think that caterpillar had annihilated a couple of our marconis. As you can see, we have some marconis. Another one without some leaves. So I'm going to have to look in here really, really carefully. See if I can find myself a bug, a caterpillar somewhere hiding really well. The caterpillars I find are the color of the soil, so they can be very hard to find unless they're moving or they're actually on the plant at the time that you find them. Anyway, this is what tipped me off to being out and under our sun being an issue. Habaneros, for what I have done in the past, have been very, very sturdy plants. They come up, they grow, they get bushy, and we lost them all when I put them outside. Obviously, we now have more coming up. Again, don't know if we're going to get a harvest out of it. Don't know if these are 90-day plants, meaning that they will actually, we should get something late, mid-September maybe, or if they're 180 plants, or somewhere in the middle. But if they're 180s, there's no way we're going to get a harvest. We'll just have to wait till next year. We're just having pepper problems. What is interesting is, first year that I was gardening, I started with peppers. Didn't know squat. Didn't know anything. And I got peppers. They grew and they were fantastic and beautiful, and I'm not even sure. The one thing I do remember is they were mostly put out on this porch. So in the future they come out and they stay on the porch, I guess. Anyway, and our last box is way up here with our Anaheims. One of them not doing as well as we'd like. The other one really starting to try to grow. And then we also lost Fresnos, which is another sturdy plant that tends to grow very well and very easily, at least from my experience in the past, and we lost them all. These guys do need watering today, so I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But anyway, that is the garden update, so you can see where we're at. I may spray these guys and make sure they're okay, and I may add some of the food too. The food might help. We will see. So we'll be moving those. We'll be spraying those with the neem oil, and then we will water everything, because I think that one of the problems with them being on the porch is they have very inconsistent watering. When we have storms, some water does come through that screen, but it's definitely not what they would get if they were outside. So we're going to take care of that now. So that is the garden. That's where we're at right now. Learning more lessons every year. I learn lessons every year. So now I know I have to keep these out on the porch. And yeah, so there we are. That's it. Anyway, that's it for the day. We hope you like what you've seen. If this is your first video on Dommy Tries This, we don't do all gardening. The gardening is a bonus video, and comes up sometimes when we get closer to more things getting bushy and more things giving flowers. They will come up usually about once a week. Right now, I'm doing maybe every other week. Well, I was, and then everything crashed and burned. That's in a previous video. But we don't do all this all the time. This guy's so pretty. Let's just sit over here and look at this guy. Over here. Anyway, we don't do gardening all the time. We're primarily a beauty channel, although we are going to be expanding to food very, very soon. And so we hope you like what you've seen, and that if you're not subscribed, you will subscribe. When you subscribe, please hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. And I gotta go now because the cooler just came on and is loud. Anyway, hope you all have a great day, and bye.